Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview. As always, I am your host, Jay Slim, and joining me today is one of the best three-point shooters at a junior college level this past season with Cloud County. Now going to be living his dream, moving on to the Power 5 level with Oregon State, a 6'7" shooting guard, Isaiah Sy. What's going on, man?
Sy, three, got it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm doing good. I appreciate it. I'm really excited about this interview.
Absolutely, man. I got to see you play in person in the Jayhawk Conference. You were an absolute marksman from three-point range. Uh, where do I have it at? Shot 48% from three. Absolutely insane. You had 88 made threes on the season. Was an incredible player for the Thunderbirds at Cloud County. You guys were nationally ranked, I believe, a couple of
Yeah.
weeks throughout the season in the top 25 and in a very good conference with Barton, who won the national championship,
hmm
Cali, who was top 10, Butler, who was top 25 all season long. What was it like for you playing at the junior college level during your first year of collegiate basketball?
I feel like that was a great year because like the JL conference is a really good conference. So I got to compete against great player every weekend. Like every Wednesday and Saturday, we play great player Division 1 level games. So I feel like playing at this level was like a great opportunity, and I'm really glad that that's where I came. That I came at Cloud, and I'm really I was really excited to come here, and yeah,
Yeah, you guys had a very good team, very good squad. Obviously, you were one of their main players, main scorers. You averaged 11.2 points per game, 4.3 rebounds. You had three games where you made seven or more threes. You had eight made threes against Colby for 24 points. You had a career high of 29 against Pratt. So you knew how to score. You knew how to find your shot. Talk to me real
yeah.
quick about what it's taken you throughout your basketball career to become so efficient from beyond the arc for your team.
I would say probably grew up playing basketball, like playing basketball my whole life. Coming from a basketball family too, and just like getting reps every day and working with my coach and putting some plays in so I can get some shots up and a lot of confidence. I would say that's what it takes. A lot of confidence by myself and the trust that the coaches put in me to take some great shot. And even if I go for six some game, and they just like tell me to keep shooting and they really trust me, and I think that's what helped me being that effective.
Okay, you're definitely a great shooter. I mean, like I said, 88 threes on the season, shooting 48% from the on the arc. That's why a lot of Division I schools were taking notice, obviously Oregon State included. But the crazy part was you only started 5 games towards the end of the season out of
Mhm.
the 30 games that you played. How did you embrace that role, knowing that you were one of the main scorers, one of those main guys, but you weren't in that starting role? How did you kind of embrace that?
To be honest, I kind of liked it because we talk about potentially having a starting spot or coming off the bench, but when we talk with my coaches, I feel like coming off the bench was better because you bring like an impact offensively, and that was like a better idea than just having everybody in the starting five and having less impact off the bench. And so when we were a little down and I sub in, it will just like bring the team back, and like I feel like that was a great thing, and I loved that I was coming off the bench this year.
Mhm. Yeah, you had, like I mentioned before, you guys were a top 25 team there for a few weeks in the NJCAA. And as you well know, you had a lot of talent on that team. Talk to me real quick
Definitely.
about the culture of Cloud County's basketball program. What was it that made you guys so successful from the first tip off of the season?
I would say that's the culture that the coach put in, and like how everybody was invested in the program. So each player, even at the start, like during the preseason, everybody had the same goal. We all had the same vision, and we all had different goals, like individually, but the goal was to go the furthest, like as a team, because it will open up for everybody, and everybody really put focus in that, and everybody invest time. So I feel like everybody like wanted to go to the national championship, make our team better, and that's why we won a couple games, and I think we could won yeah we could one more game and go further than that, which we probably went to Hutch, but that's how things go, and but I feel like yeah, we had like a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah, I mean, you guys really did. And you mentioned, going to Hutch. Crazy thing is, in JUCO, there's a rule where only three teams from one conference can
Hmm.
make it. And they made that rule specifically for two regions. That's Florida and Kansas. And it just so happens
Yeah.
you guys are in Kansas. So Barton, Hutchinson, and Cali ended up making it over to there, which left out good teams like yourselves, like Butler, to
Hmm.
where they weren't able to make it. But you guys still had great success throughout the season, 21 and 11 overall. Ended up beating Cali, actually, one of the few teams to beat them during the regular season. Also got a big win over a top 20 team in Butler. But while you were going throughout the season, you were also getting a lot of calls from Division One schools. I know EKU, Winthrop, Maine, Idaho State, as well as a lot of others. They were in on you there early. And then towards the end of the season, or after the season, it might have been Oregon State ended up hitting you up. So,
Yeah.
talking real quick, as a player, as an athlete that's trying to focus on the season, trying to help their team win, how do you balance having to do that while also getting recruited by these Division One programs?
To be honest, like I told all the coaches that recruited me, I wanted to focus on my season at Cloud first before like before starting to talking to school and seeing what I'm going to do next year. That's why I didn't take no visit during the school year. It's because I really wanted to be 100% in this season. And like my dad really helped me with that. He like always was texting coaches. Like I was sending the coaches to toward my dad's, so he can still like maintain a relationship. But I wanted to be 100% focused on the season and having no distraction and like not thinking about next year what's going on and just be focused on the game and go the furthest as possible.
Yeah, and I'm sure the coaches really admire that. I know a lot of coaches want that for their players to be focused on the season, and obviously you did that, helped your team to a winning season. And then obviously Oregon State, like I mentioned, towards the end of the season, they ended up offering you, and 10 days after they offered you, I believe around 10 days, you ended up committing there. You had gone on a
Mhm.
visit. You went to you met with one of the assistant coaches who I believe he was at Utah State this
Yeah.
past year. He just took a job with them, so congrats to him. But what was it about Oregon State that made you want to join their program so quickly?
To be honest, that's I would say mainly that's the relationship that I built with Chris Haslam, who is the assistant coach there, and the vision and the project that they have for me, the ways they want to play me and develop me. That's what I think is the best vision, and that's what I want to do. So when I was on the visit and they explained like the whole project, the development, like everything to prepare me to play pro basketball, that's exactly what I wanted, and when I came back, talked to my family, sent them videos and stuff, and I just like fell in love with the program, and that's why I wanted to come in there as soon as possible.
Yeah, they're a very good program, have a very good culture. They were in the Pac-12 there for a while. Obviously, the Pac-12 now is disbanded, which is insane
Yeah,
to think about. But they're making the move to the West Coast Conference, so you're still going to be playing against Washington State, who's also joining there. But teams like San Francisco, St. Mary's, Gonzaga, who's an NBA factory over there. So you're going to be going against a lot of real tough competition just in conference play, let alone the non-conference schedule you guys will have.
yeah.
You feel like your game will be able to blend into the Beavers system to where you can hopefully help make an impact right away?
I feel like how my style of play can translate to any level. Like I don't have like a like obviously my shot's gonna translate. And like Coach Tinkle, when I talk with Coach Tinkle, like his game plan totally fit my transition to cloud from cloud to Oregon State. So I really like it, and I feel like obviously I'm going to struggle like to adapt to the physicality of the D1 level and playing against amazing player every day I practice, but I think it's gonna make me better. And when at the start of the season, I'll be ready to compete.
hmm Now, obviously, you have that shooting ability that we've talked about. You have the size and the length to be, and the athleticism to be a threat in multiple ways. What, in your opinion, as a basketball player, what ways do you feel like you need to improve your game heading into the Division One level to where you're able to grow yourself, grow your stock, and be able to help contribute even more than Oregon State's already expecting you to?
So the biggest things is a pick and roll. That's what I'm working on right now, and that's what I'm going to most of the part work on during the whole summer. So work on pick and roll, be able to create for other player, be able to make reads, work on my ball handling, same to be aggressive and be like a 3 level scorer. So like if people want to close out hard on me because I got a good shot, I be able to deck it and go to the rim or create for other people. So I think that's the two main things I want to work on is like our pick and roll and ball handling, and work like defensively to be more versatile and be able to guard 1 through 4 and be more physical. So that's the focus this summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're joining this team next season after this past off season, they just lost their leading scorer. He entered the transfer portal. I believe he's now heading to Texas. And they had a couple more players enter the portal. Um, what are you looking at this team? Where do you feel like they need to keep improving on in order to make an impact right away in this tough West Coast Conference next season?
Like I told with the coach, like I went on when I had a conversation with the coaches. I think the thing that they were missing on the last 2 years were shooting ability. So that's why this year they recruit a lot of like potential shooter and be like if the floor is more space, we're gonna have more opportunity to score or kick out the ball, and it's gonna be way easier to play. I really like the point guard that just signed, the Marco Minor, that I was on a visit with. That is like a really great scorer, and I think that the fact that he's going to have shooters around him, that's gonna space the floor, and it's gonna be easier for us to win.
That's awesome, man. I'm expecting a whole lot of wins for the Beavers next season. I'm
Yeah,
expecting a
definitely.
whole lot of made threes from you, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I will definitely be tuned in to Oregon State basketball next year, especially when you guys upset Gonzaga, because I'm already calling it.
yeah.
So I'm expecting you to have 10 threes in that game also. So hopefully you can make me right on that. We can look back at this interview and call it. So, but best of luck to you, man. I know the future's bright for you. You got 3 years of college left at that high major level, and it's going to be nothing but a whole lot of made threes, whole lot of wins, and maybe even national championship.
Hopefully that's the goal.
Absolutely, man. You have a great day.
Yeah, you too. I appreciate it.